Critical Blast, where pop culture gets blasted.
And welcome everybody to another night here from the Critical Blast Caverns. I don't know if there's a full moon out yet tonight or not, because quite frankly, they don't give me windows in this little prison that I sit in all the time. But I am free of the shackles and chains, so I can come to you once more and talk about crowdfunding some comics. And tonight we are going to talk with Eddie Winkler and his crowdfunded comic book, Sovereign Wolf. Eddie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Man, you know, if I was doing any better, they'd probably want to test me for illegal substances.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Yeah, it's legal in Illinois now, so at least some of them are. So we got Sovereign Wolf Clan Destiny. Is that a one shot or is that an arc? What's going on with the subtitle on that?
Okay, so Sovereign Wolf is the title. That is the franchise that we're coming out with first from DOA. Clan Destiny is the opening story arc for the series. So Clan Destiny is actually a 2-part arc. There will be another. It'll be Clan Destiny Awakening or whatever. We haven't came out with the final, but this is the first book, and like I said, Clan Destiny is the first part of a 2-part story arc that introduces you to the world of Sovereign Wolf. So
I like the wordplay on that because you shove it together and it's clandestine, and of course, a group of werewolves would be a secret kind of thing, so you would be flying under the radar.
Yeah, the whole world is a secret to our hero at first, and there's also a reason for the wording in Sovereign Wolf. So you'll see. I mean, John Sovereign is our hero. That's his last name, but that's also a play on words. So.
All right. How long had you been working on this? Because there's always this well of ideas that creators pull from that spread across. I mean, you know, it's like this idea bubbles up in the zeitgeist of the community, and just everybody says, "I want to do this." So now all of a sudden we've got a lot of these books coming out at the same time that are teams of lycanthropes. I'm looking at Sovereign Wolf and War Party in like the last 2 weeks here. I'm like, hey, this kind of, you know, it's got the same kind of feel to it.
Yeah, when I saw War Party also, I was like, man, you know, that's another book that looks really good. I'm a backer of that book. But my werewolf story, as I'm sure everybody else's, mine started a long time ago, probably in 1989 when I first started coming up with the idea. But 95, I solidified the story. 2000, we started shopping it around. I got my cousin to do the first book. But really only started getting super serious where I was like, yeah, I really want people to see this story. Like last year, you know, I was like, let me do this. The crowdfunding, Comicsgate started taking off, and you just started seeing people really putting a lot of passion into their projects. And I was like, I can do that, you know, let's put it out, you know.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of indie creators who have been frustrated for years, you from the 80s through the 90s, even 2000s, where you can't afford to do your own book and then try to shop it around. It's impossible. And then, you know, to shop it to publishers is even more impossible because they don't want to look at anything because they don't want to get sued later on if they do something similar. But this crowdfunding thing that's come up is it's a renaissance in independent comics. There's just so much stuff out there now.
Yeah, I told my brother because, you know, I wanted to do something. I work in construction, and I just wanted to do something on the side, you know, just because hobbies, you know. And I was like, look, I'm gonna go with what I truly love, and that's comic books. And I said, this thing is taking off. I want to be in on the ground floor. You know, I think I'll probably call myself like wave 2 or wave 1.5. So I wasn't in on the first thing, but you know, I want to be part of this and see where it goes. And you know, I could have sat back and said, nah, the comic book thing isn't gonna work. But man, there's no time like now to do it. The crowdfunding thing, just the whole comic industry. I won't say it's collapsing. I'm all in on on that I on that fact that it is collapsing. But,
Yeah.
it's always going to be around in some form. I mean, I don't think any of the big two, at least the names, aren't going away. You know, but indie comics right now, like you said, there's a renaissance for just raw material out there, and if the convention scene ever comes back, which of course it will at some point in time, but it's gonna be even better because all of the bigger companies, they're gonna hold on to their dollars, so you're not gonna see a lot of these gigantic booths. So it's gonna be a time for the indie creators to actually show, hey, look what I got, and like I said, I want to be part of that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have had to do all of this without without the benefit of a convention circuit for over a year now. Well, when it does come back, and the DCs and the Marvels start hitting the halls again, they're going to just be looking down this whole hallway of masthead after masthead after masthead of different publishers that have sprung up from crowdfunding, and it's going to be competitive and hopefully frightening to them. If they actually finally get to see it, maybe they'll start saying, yeah, maybe we should go back to taking comics seriously again.
Absolutely, man. I mean, like I said, it's just there's so much talent out there, and that was daunting itself. When I started, pushing about a year ago, probably about August or September, I started teasing the book, teasing ideas, teasing pictures, and the more and more I did that, the more and more better stuff came out, and I was like, oh my God, Ethan's book is always, top level. Then you started seeing Replicator and just every other book. RT Bear came back with Black and White.
Yeah.
Just quality after quality after quality, and I was like, can I really compete? And the more, not really compete, but do people really want my stuff? And the more and more my artists and my teams started producing stuff and turning them in, I was like, oh hell yeah, there's no question we can do this, So,
yeah, you get not just the old guard like Ethan and RT Bear coming back with the stuff that was classic style, and Mike Grell is crowdfunding now of all people.
Yeah,
but you also get these nobodies from nowhere that you never heard of and never would have heard of because the market was so shut, like Stephanie Renee and his Thomas Moria book. That thing is tight. Those pencils and line work are unlike anything I've seen since 1985.
Yeah. I watch his channel. I watch him draw. That guy's amazing. I'm sure everybody that watches your channel is familiar with Nicky the Pipe, Preston Acevedo. That guy's a workhorse.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Doc Salem. Just everybody. Simon Simpotier, I believe that's his name, with the Blood Hunt book. Just a lot of very cool projects out there. Just Carlo Rowe, can't wait for that. And like you said, it is going to be scary for the big two when they come around, and it's like it's going to be that high school reunion where they step in the room and think they're the big stuff, and they might be well known, but there's going to be a lot of ugly ducklings that turned into swans during that time. So
absolutely. Well, let's take a look at this beast here. Sovereign Wolf. Now you got a video on here, so I'm going to go ahead and give this full screen and play this through real quick.
Okay, thank you.
hot damn, that is one quality video.
That is the work of Ted Zagaro, who's done the likes of College of the Dead, the Mermaids comic book. He's great to work with. He's actually waiting for me, and I apologize if he sees this. He's watching. We actually updated this video for the second 30 days that we're going to do. There's going to be a short voiceover, which I'm trying to get done. But as you can see at the end of that video, the logo has changed a bit. We have a couple logos that we're going to use for different things, but this is our main logo. So the video will be updated, not so much, this is the gist of it. So, but yeah, thank you for showing it. But it's a beautiful video, and he did a great job.
Comics publisher Don Chin in the chat says, "Love that video, super cool and captivating."
Hey, thank you.
Heroin Break in the chat says, "That Ridgewood sign says almost 30 people died in the town. It should be tallied in blood hash marks."
Yeah, that's not a good town to be in at that time.
Bat 2 is in the chat. He's back the project already. With almost everything coming out of the big two are hot SJW messes. I don't know how much longer they can even stay open and relevant. I don't either, Bat 2. DC is basically going on a vacation for 2 months with all those characters, and everybody's hyped up about this future state. This is not the future state of DC. This is not, oh, we're moving into the future and here we are going forward. This is Assistant Editors Month for 2 months, and everybody's all hyped about, oh, look at the new Batman. Oh, a new Wonder Woman. No, this is your what ifs for 2 months. Elseworlds, that you'll never see these characters again in this fashion.
Right. Yeah, I seen there are some cool designs, but I mean, when you just try to throw them out there, and it's been said before, you don't throw out new ideas when the old ones are working. So obviously their old ones aren't working right now. The storylines that they have, the direction they're going, it just isn't working, regardless of what politics they have. It's not working. So what are they going to do? They're going to try this. I don't think it's going to work. I think that's why they're doing it for 2 months. You may get some cool characters, like out of Ultimate line for Marvel. You came out with Miles Morales, who I like. Miles Morales. You came out with a lot of good characters. The Nick Fury character, but it was I saw earlier this week was a tweet that Donald DeLay put out, and it was like, well, I don't hear, not him, but they tweeted to him like, I don't hear anybody complaining about Elektra taking over the Daredevil mantle. And everybody was like, well, yeah, because she's a total capable badass that wasn't just thrown in there. There's decades of history with Elektra in the Daredevil book where that she's capable of taking over that mantle. So yeah, no problem at all.
Exactly. And there's been a relationship forever.
Yeah. So, but when you just try to, this person is capable because what? No, just because. I mean, I don't like that. I never did. And it's been going on for a long time. I mean, I'm a Spider-Man fan. So I remember when Ben Reilly came out, the whole clone saga with Mark Bagley back in the 90s.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, Ben Reilly, he's a Spider-Man. He's a clone. It was great. And then they go, well, no, he was always the real Spider-Man, and Peter Parker was not. So I was like, I don't know about that, And it's not just like, oh, well, you're mad because they changed it. No, you're mad because you're throwing away history to try something else. And that backfired badly on them. Ben Reilly's a great character, but when you just try to insert him as, okay, this is going to be the guy we're going to go with right now. I don't, there's a reason why Peter Parker is Spider-Man again. So,
yeah, and he'll always be Spider-Man. How many people have been Batman over the course of time? And it always comes back to Bruce Wayne because Bruce Wayne is Batman. No one else has a reason to be.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, Elektra has a reason to take on Daredevil's mantle. Nobody's sitting there in a back alley in Hell's Kitchen with their Afro pups thinking, I wish I could be Daredevil. I could be Daredevil. Let me poke my eyes out and wander around until I get the lay of the land here.
Right. Yeah, this isn't going to happen.
Yeah, nobody wants to be Daredevil. It's not like being Tony Stark, you know. So let's hear what's it about. And this is Sovereign Wolf. We're back to John Sovereign is an intern for Neo Crom. The Crom, like as in the Crom Cons. I like that. Intern for Neocrom, the largest and most successful genetic engineering company in the world. But when he witnesses a gruesome event, he'll discover a secret world where shape-shifting heroes battle experimental monstrosities, interdimensional demons, genetically enhanced military repo men, and ancient gods for the fate of humanity. That's a lot of people to fight.
People, that's throughout the storyline. That's not just in this book. So I've heard, oh man, you're putting so much into this book, it's going to be a mess. No, it's going to be spread out.
Just the genetically enhanced military repo man. I'm like, yeah, cool. That's good. Yeah. Will he fall to these newly discovered evils, or will he embrace the beast within and become the hero he was destined to be? That's what we're going to find out in an ongoing series of graphic novels. That's good to know. You're going to do like, are they going to be still like one and done in the stories, or are they going to be like, so hanger kind of endings?
No, so there'll be like teasers that go into the next story. Right now we have penned out, as far as outlines, the first 6 books, this being book 1. Book 1 and 2 is a story arc. Then book 3 is its own story, but that leads into the next story, that leads into the next story. So they will be self-contained after this one, but it all ties into the greater world of Sovereign Wolf. So that should be, there's always going to be a little something. There'll always be a side story to kind of explore the universe a little more. So it's not just shapeshifters. This is the bulk of the book, but there are so many things in this world. So
you talked earlier about, as you got the idea for the story, talking it over with family members. Are they part of your team, or did you reach outside of family to find artists and colorists?
At first, like a long time, when I started this in like 89, it was just like basically doing stories and drawings for role-playing games. Then I got to high school, and you meet other artists who, some of them are my best friends now, and they would do drawings for me. We would come up with stories, come up with little ash cans. But when I took it to where I wanted to put a book out in 2000, I looked to my cousin Michael Morales, who helped me with some of the basic designs. He did a book with me. He's a great artist. He's a great kid. I say kid, he's in his 20s, late 20s. But yeah, he was available and he was psyched to do it. And he's the reason why, I kind of felt we could do this, because I had shopped it around. Like I said, I didn't have money to, like you said, to go through Diamond or to do anything else. It just wasn't going to happen. So we did it. It was basically 13 pages with a lot of filler, different drawings, different ideas. And we put out like a prequel book to this story, because I knew we weren't going to be able to put out 4 issues right away.
Sure.
So we did that, and we shopped it around at Chicago Comic-Con. When I say shop it, I mean we had a table and we sold it. So we sold about 300 books, which was good.
That's awesome. I wish I'd sell 300 books at a table at a convention.
So it was pretty good. I have boxes of them left. So that's why anybody who backs this project will be receiving one of those 24-page books to see how, how much we've grown, changed, and to see where we were back then. So
the featured tier here, which people can start at, this is the Wolf Pack. Now, this is where you got 3 different covers. You got Lucas Meyer's cover, Rob Willis, there's an excellent artist, and Preston Acevedo. So,
yes,
you got some prestige jumping in on this to provide these covers. I'm not trying to down Lucas Meyer. I just don't know his name yet. So this is where we will know his name, and then next project be like, hey, look, you got a Lucas Meyer cover on there. Cool.
Oh yeah, he's got his hands in a lot of He's in a lot of projects right now out there that have yet to see light, but they're in the works. But yeah, the Lucas Meyer cover, being a comic fan myself, obviously, I like to see the cover drawn by the interior artist. So that was our main cover. Obviously, you got to try to get Rob Willis and Kyle Ritter right there. And then the painted version, the alpha version from Preston Acevedo was amazing. So, when you back that level, you're going to get a print of each. You're going to get the 3 trading cards. You're going to get the stretch goals. And, you're going to get a lot of extras. I am actually going to announce an extra tonight that for the last 7 days, for the first 30 days of this campaign, if you were a backer, you will be receiving another poster for free as part of your shipment. Man.
Very cool. Now this is the Lucas Meyer cover right here.
Yes. That is the Bad Moon Rising.
And this is
that is the 6x9 print.
Got it. So and then this is the Ferocious 5. This is from Rob Willis, who's of course done Shinobi Sasquatch and Graveyard Shift, colored by Kyle Ritter.
Yes.
Now, see, this was the cover I saw earlier. I was like, oh, the War Party's got to meet up with this team sometime in a book because it was a diverse group of lycanthropes. Are they even lycanthropes if they're not wolves?
They're kind of the good guys are natural shapeshifters, so I would say there's some form of that. The bad guys are kind of hybrids, kind of man-made shapeshifters, if you will. But there's a little secrecy that will be revealed as the books go on. I think it's Professor Murph that does War Party.
Yeah,
I believe, and we've kind of just mentioned that we want to work together. I'm sure he's serious. I know I'm serious. I think his setting is, I think, the French and Indian War or somewhere around.
His first one is the French and Indian War. He's going to go through time. We've had him on the show just a week or so ago. So he's going to be jumping to different points in history with different teams. So there will be definitely an opportunity in present day, I'm sure, for whenever your book is set. I'm sure it's present day.
Yeah, but that's very cool because these guys are a race of ancient. They're basically the protectors of the world. So there's timelines that span through a couple centuries. So I told him, yeah, there's definitely a possibility that some of these guys may have ran into each other. Yeah. So
once we start getting all these crossovers with Comicsgate characters, it's really going to it's going to cross promote, and people who like War Party are going to find out about Sovereign Wolf. People who like Sovereign Wolf are going to find out about War Party, and they're going to diversify their reading habits and spend more money. It's good for everybody to do these kind of things. DC, Marvel, IDW.
Exactly.
And here is the very badass, almost a Lobo looking wolf here from Preston Acevedo.
Oh yeah, as he stands atop some defeated hero looking things.
There's a lantern here on the top of the pile.
There's a couple different things. Somebody's got a hammer and a couple numbers with some lettered.
Yeah, there's an A on this guy's head. There's a star on this one. Yeah, okay. That was subtle. I did not see that the first time around. But yeah, this looks like something that Simon Bisley would have done.
Oh yeah, he is that guy. I don't know why. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen where people go, who is this guy? And it's gonna be sooner than later because, like I said, I'm a big fan of his, but his painting it's amazing. I'm a big fan of it.
That's probably within the next year. I think the bigger publishers are going to try to put a roadblock on all this Indiegogo stuff. by just hiring people away. It's like, yeah, okay, we love what you've done there. Why don't you come over here and draw Aquaman for a while?
Mm-hmm. It's funny you say that, because my artist would my main artist would love to do Aquaman. So I always tell him, hey, man, do samples, go ahead. I was like, I can't keep you here forever, but I want to keep him as long as I can, because he's amazing too.
They'll be, if you can't beat him, hire him.
Exactly.
To get him back to the big two. So you got all 3 covers here. You get a set of 3 trading cards. That says it's a set of 3 trading cards times 3.
Yeah. So as long for each book that we sell, you're going to get a set of those 3 promotional trading cards. So it's kind of just a way so you have one to trade, or one to throw around, one to put away. As a collector, I like to do that. So I was like, yeah, you're getting 3 books. I'm going to give you 3 of this. You're going to get 3 of each stretch goal also. So you're going to get the 3 blockheads, the 3 stickers, the 3 prints that we've unlocked. So you're going to get 3 of each.
Very cool. You're going to get spares, folks. eBay. That's what you do with that. So that's a $75. That gets you all 3 of them plus the cards. If you just want to get on one, I know Bap in the chat said he got in on the Bad Moon Rising tier.
Thank you.
This is the Lucas Meyer cover. You get your 1 set of 3 trading cards, and you get a print of the cover 6x9. That's almost comic book cover size. That's a good size print.
Yeah, it's just shorter than like a backing board. So it fits in the bag with your book. So not to mention, so even at the basic level, you're going to get your graphic novel, which is over 100 pages of content. You're going to get your print of whatever cover you picked. You're going to get the 3 promotional trading cards. You're going to get the Sovereign Wolf issue 0 that we printed in 2005. You're going to get the sticker from Bogdan Digital Art. That's the first stretch goal we unlocked. You're going to get the 6x9 print of page 1, which is the Lon Chaney type werewolf. You're going to get the Blockheads papercraft figure. You're going to get this new poster, which if you scroll down, you'll see it. It's the bear. You can do it later, but it's the bear, which is Hammer Strike, versus the Panther Night Strike. You're going to get a 11x17 poster of that now, if you back within the first 30 days.
Oh, some of these are really cool. What is this?
That I was fortunate enough for Mark Polton and John Malin to let me use this print for this campaign only. That is the Graveyard Shift and Sovereign Wolf fighting power corpses from book 3. Well, Graveyard Shift is not in book 3, but those zombie cyborg looking things are in book 3.
Once again, the power of cross promotion, people. Look how it works here. Get this beautiful print. And this is a lenticular cover.
Yeah, that's another 6x9 print add-on. It's funny. I had put it out on Twitter, and you kind of think in your head like, man, no one's tweeting this or no one's liking it. But it could be just timing. But I was like, whoa, no one likes naked chicks, huh? So I was like, I'm not going to put it as a stretch goal. I think I'll put it as an add-on, so that way, if you're getting it for your kids, you're not going to get this naked chick in there or whatever. That being said, our book is, I won't say all ages. There's a lot of blood. There's no like direct swearing. If I do swear in the book, it's going to be symbols and whatever. I don't want to be too gratuitous. As the series goes on, it's going to be bloodier, but it's not really going to be sexual. It's a parallel to real life, so there will be situations, but there's not going to be anything graphic or rated X in our books. It's going to be like 90s image stuff. So
when my son started cursing, he would be at the table and just go, $! Like, what?
Don't you dare say that.
Yeah. So I'm scrolling down to find that print of the posters here. Ooh, stretch goals. I'm gonna keep on this for a while. Oh, cool. These I love these blockheads too. This is
Yep.
I never get
So everybody's gonna get one of those at the very least. So you're gonna get that. Oh yeah. Is that the Cecil? Yeah, I love it. That Cecil is awesome. Is that the plastic one?
This is the plastic one
Nice.
that got decapitated. I got to glue it back.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's
Those
got
things
to
are
get
cool.
together. He sits up here getting. He sits up there on my shelf getting love from his girls.
Nice. Oh
Because
man.
Cecil would do.
Yeah, so you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that print of the wolf. We're working on hitting these other stretch goals, but even if we don't make them, we are making the sticker set from 6 a.m.
Cool.
And those trading cards are going to print probably by the end of this week. So even if I can't get them to you for free for the stretch goal, they will be available at some point during the second campaign as an add-on or something. Every book, we're going to have a 9-card trading card set. So there'll be different images, different artists, but it'll be 9 cards. Every book, 9 cards. Whether it's Sovereign Wolf or the next title we do, you're always going to have associated with it a 9-card set.
I'm going to preach again, Eddie.
Okay.
Because you're doing the thing with trading cards that I tell all the crowdfunders that's not what to do. But I get why you're doing it, because 9 cards is, makes the page. I keep saying, get with 8 other creators, have somebody like Rob, like Acevedo or Willis to draw up a grid of all your characters in one big fight scene, to where they lay within a 3x3 grid. Put your own cards out individually with your collection, with your campaign, and then let people know this is one of 9. The other 8 are in these 8 campaigns, and then interrelate them to each other so that the people who buy your thing and somebody else's thing, because we're a bunch of anal retentive, obsessive compulsive collectors, now have to go out and back all these other campaigns because we need to be complete.
that's a right out of the cash grab book. I love that. But yeah, we're about a quarter of the way there. There are plans for I think like Patrick Thomas Parnell did it with like his Garbage Pail Kid type stickers, where the back it makes a full Cecil. So we're gonna be doing probably not for Sovereign Wolf, but for the next title that we do later next year. We're gonna do like a mural on the 9-card set, and then maybe mix them up where you get 3 cards, randomly or whatever. I don't know yet, but either way, I'm not gonna make it like super exclusive.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I don't want to exclude anybody that can't afford things. But just to throw out, like you said, to make it a little more fun to collect is always a cool thing.
We love the chase. I want this as a sticker. This should be a die-cut sticker to go on the back of my laptop with all my other stickers from different creators.
You may or may not be receiving a patch of that during the second couple days, 30 days. So that may or may not be something that you can add on, folks. So you better watch it the whole time. Better watch out. You may get it for free.
Perfect. Ferocious 5 is the third $25. Is it the third? No, it's the second $25 one. This is the Rob Willis and Kyle Ritter cover. All the same 3 things, just a different cover, different print.
Yes.
And then the alpha. I love that you kept them all the same price. That's a deal. Because I've seen ones where it's like, well, if you want this guy's cover, I was like, it's not so much that the price is going up; it's that you're saying to the other artist, this guy's better than you.
I see sometimes, because one of the things I was fortunate enough to have was the funds to put the book out before we went to campaign. So the book was pretty much, almost done. Like we're putting together the print file right now. But I get it for smaller creators to do that because they're paying a little more for premium art. So they want to make sure that they recoup that, whatever. So I don't think it's a terrible idea. But when, like you said, when it's just a drastic difference where I could get 2 of these books for the same price of one of those books, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to get 2 books or just the one,
Your cat wants picked up or let out or something.
This cat. I keep asking my wife, can you make sure the cat doesn't come downstairs? But hey.
Mine does the same thing. It goes to the door and then meows real loud, and then you open it and he looks up at you like, oh, I didn't really expect you to open it.
I was on Cecil's channel, and the thing was the cat was in the utility room with the door closed, and it was whining, and people were in the chat, let the cat out. So, Adolfo de la Mora, oh my goodness, that's a friend of mine. That's an old writer for old DOA comics. We used to have comic book meetings in the basement. It was weekly meetings that turned into Magic the Gathering tournaments.
Yes. Oh, I'll go back to the Black Border days, man.
Oh yeah. Wrestling and Magic the Gathering till 3:00 in the morning on Monday nights. Only to go straight to work from there.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I recall those days well. I could not stay up that late anymore. Okay, this tier is labeled appropriately enough. Everything. Nothing cutesy about the title. Just here. it's all of it.
It's kind of a lie.
That 3-pack.
I'm sorry?
How does this differ from the featured tier that's the 3-pack of everything? Because this is still all 3 covers, but you get your lenticular.
Yeah, you're gonna get the lenticular. You're gonna get the sketch card from Lucas Meyer. I haven't. So the everything tier, when we put that out, we did not have the graveyard shift add-on in there yet. So at the end of the campaign, I'm gonna look at it and see, who backed the everything, and if it's fair, I think I'm just gonna, if people threw the add-on on there, I may or may not just throw it in there, or who knows? Maybe I'll throw a coupon in for the next book where it's $5 off or something to recoup money for paying for the lenticular. Because when I said everything, I meant everything, but I didn't know I was going to have access to that graveyard shift poster. So, yeah,
everything but that.
Yeah, everything except. I think that's what I'll change it to.
Yeah, well, I was wondering, the reason why I asked if you were working with family members who reached outside, and you said you were fortunate to have the money to actually start this up to get things going. You did have a very low threshold for funding. You started with that $500 one. Normally, you only see that if the creator is also the writer and artist at the same time. Because if you got to pay an artist in advance, I always, tell people who are watching the shows, if a writer's got a $5,000 commitment to hit, it's because that's how far he is in the hole paying for the art already, and he's not going to make a profit until he gets past that. And if he doesn't get funded, he's already spent that.
Right. Yeah, I'm playing the long game. I do want this to be my business. I'm building a brand with Dose of Action Comics. If I would have started a restaurant, there would have been so much upfront money, and it would have been years before, unless I was super successful, to see some profit. I'm doing this. The $500 threshold was set because we are going to print no matter what. I want to hold this book in my hands. I want people to see it. So it's getting printed no matter what. If the campaign is shut down tomorrow, we are printing this book, and we're continuing until I can't continue anymore, and that's going to be for a long, long time.
There's nothing like that feeling, Eddie, when you've taken something that's a print file that's been existing on your computer in cover formats and text files, and you get to hold them.
So cool.
These are Critical Blast publications: Bulletproof, Origins, #1 by Stephen Mitchell, The Devil You Know, anthology of horror, all of which are in our Amazon store, link below in the chat. Although the first link you're going to see is Eddie's link to the Indiegogo. Smash that and go back this project. That's always our guests first. But yeah, when you get a box in the mail and you know what's in it, you're going to unbox it and see this beautiful stuff. It's wow. You feel accomplished, and then you realize now I've got to go sell this stuff.
Or ship it. That's
yeah.
My wife asked me the other day. She's like, "Who mails this stuff out?" And I was like, "We do." She's like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be fun."
Ready to get into that business. It won't help you out any, but we did branch out. We were the website, and then we did the interviewing channel, which we're doing now, and then we were doing the publishing house. So now we branched out into logistics. But we're really only of assistance to people.
Curse of the cat. Sorry.
It's almost like it's English. Now! I want out now!
She's just hanging out by the stairs. Okay, she's running. Sorry about that, guys.
No, I love it, man. I'm a cat guy. But if you're outside of the United States, a lot of the people who are backing Comicscape Project from CG UK and CG Australia, or rather are not backing them, it's because of this exorbitant shipping cost. So we're setting ourselves up as an import hub to where we can provide them with domestic mailing rates on top of whatever you send one box to us rather than 500 boxes. So much cheaper. We've been able to get, show where we can get your shipping rates down from to like 30 to 25% of what you were initially charging, which makes it more attractive to the U.S. audience. It says, oh, I don't have to pay $30 U.S. to get that thing shipped. It'll ship now for 10 or even less.
That's
so
amazing.
If we get that taking off, that's going to be our contribution to getting Comicsgate up and rolling for Australia and Canada and the UK. We're learning all kinds of things about imports and customs. Apparently, it means nothing. We don't have to worry about it. Just get the books over here and we'll pack them and ship them. So I'll get to be the boxer upper guy and all that stuff. That'll be fun. I'm actually looking forward to it. So
that's very cool.
There's stuff beyond everything, of course. There's more than everything. So this is you get the cover. I'm assuming you're talking about the book with that cover.
So yeah, so you're gonna get
the cover off and send it.
No, that is the sketch, the original sketch that Preston Acevedo did for that painting. So I'm gonna say it right now. If that thing sells, he's gonna get 100% of that, because he actually just handed that to me. He's like, hey, here, because I purchased the original art, and he's like, here, this is, take the sketch, go make money. So if anybody backs that, you're going to be helping out Preston Acevedo. And obviously you see these tiers where you get original pages, or original covers, and then you have to back the book in addition to that. I did not want to do that. You are going to be receiving at least, the basic perk of the book, the trading cards, the stretch goals, if you get the original art.
Excellent. I always like it when you always get the book. That should be, that's what you're here for anyway, to get the book.
Yes, and you will get the book of the cover that you've chosen. So
for $1,000, first appearance. Okay. What is first appearance cover art?
So that is page 24. So if you broke this book down, you'd have 2 issues for the main story. But first appearance art, as a comic collector, as someone who loves comics, you love to get that key issue with the first appearance of someone as the hero, as the whatever. This is the first time you ever see John Sovereign as the wolf in this book. So that is the page.
And that's the original art on that one. The original line art. Now, is this the original line art up here? This is intentionally silhouetted out so that people don't reproduce it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of just like to keep it a mystery, but I think in one of our pages we may have shown a glimpse of it. I know in the new trailer there's a glimpse of it, not the whole thing, but yeah, it's just kind of to add to the mystique.
Yeah, that's cool though. So that's $1,000. Nobody's jumped on that one yet, but always a chance that somebody's going to. Especially when word of mouth gets out. When this is going to stay in demand, I'm guessing when your campaign closes, it's going to stay in demand for a while.
Yes, it says fulfillment in May. We're looking at, depending on the printer, we're looking at fulfilling towards the end of March, maybe early April. But you're going to get the book a lot sooner than what it says. The book will be in demand till at least we start seeing people get in their books. And then we're going to say mid-year next year, we'll start with the campaign for the second book.
All right, so we know the timeline of the plan now. It's good. Wow, 3,500 now. Now you're getting the Ferocious 5 original art. A lot of characters in that. It's Rob Willis. The 3 trading cards, the print, and all the unlocked stretch goals. That's some nice artwork too, and just so people could see it in bigger picture here. This is what you're getting, the original of the $3,500 with your package. That's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, and I think if it doesn't sell, then I have I'll have it for a long time. But just think in years to come, Rob Willis will be a big name. Preston Acevedo and Lucas Meyer also. So this is a chance to get in. Hey, I got Todd McFarlane before he was Todd McFarlane type thing.
Yeah, but here's also the thing, Eddie. What if you're the guy who actually sold Todd McFarlane's first cover for something in an Indiegogo, and now it's like, oh, I sold it for $3,500. I could be buying a Lambo with that now.
There's that, but I'll always have the memory, is to have that idea out and to know that that's my stuff out there. Like you said, it's such a sense of accomplishment. I don't anybody who does this. Yeah, we do it to make money. I'm doing it to make money, obviously, so I can continue to do it. But if I thought I was going to get rich, I would have quit my job. I would have did it's like, we just put our ideas out there and see what happens. Because we have our ideas because we like them and we want to see them, come out, I guess.
Absolutely. Now, of course, this is the bad mamma jamma right here. Because when I saw the original pencil art from Preston Acevedo, I thought, okay, well, he did the pencil art and then he scanned it and digitally painted it. But no, this is physical medium because this is the original painting.
Yeah,
the cover art, and you can get that now, and that is still this right here. So this is going to be brush strokes on whatever medium he's using.
Yeah, I think he used watercolors and acrylics, and it looks like an oil painting, but that is on masonite. It's like I think it's either like 3/16 or 1/4-inch masonite, and it's hard, it's sturdy, and that thing's not going anywhere for years to come.
Yeah, so you're going to want to frame that. You're not going to just want to frame this because there's nothing on here that says Sovereign Wolf. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find an art house guy who does custom framing. You're going to want to take your copy of Sovereign Wolf with the painting and have them frame both together, which means you're going to need a second copy of Sovereign Wolf so you can keep reading it. Nothing wrong with that. Buy 2 copies. And that way, you got your provenance so that, you can say, yes, it really is, the first Sovereign Wolf because there's the first issue next to it. It's the first appearance of that comic book that you're seeing on the shelves of your store, son.
Man, that would be so cool.
We're projecting the future for you here.
Nothing wrong with that. I appreciate it.
So Again, this is really cool artwork. I've always liked the werewolf when there's, I don't want to say clothing involved, but it makes it look cooler when there's some sort of outfit. Man Wolf in Spider-Man was the one when John Jameson, he's got like the spacesuit and
astronaut wolf, the white wolf. That is so cool. That's one of my big inspirations. Is Man Wolf. I think who else did I mention? There's quite a few. I think Kirkman's Wolfman. Just things when you see an animal, it's just anything in gear, in armor, in clothing. Like you said, I didn't want him to be super boring. The basic design that we started off with was like Native American garb, because it originally it started as that type of story, but we just, as the years went on, I kind of went in all different directions, and at its core there is a little bit of Native American lore. It's all fictional. There's nothing like taken from real world. But yeah, yeah. No. But how could I make this werewolf not look like a werewolf, so that people say, okay, I could get into the werewolf book because he looks more like a superhero. Because in the end, that's what he's going to be, a superhero.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because the werewolf trope is, the whole Lon Chaney Jr. What's his name? Oh, damn it, Larry Talbot, the actual character of the Wolfman. It's been done so many different ways that from that through Wolfen, through Teen Wolf, that you've got to be unique and stand out. And werewolf as superhero. I'll tell you what, werewolf as superhero has been done, but nobody but me knows it. There was, you got to go back. How old am I again? Okay, 53. I was 7. I'm not going to do the math on that, but there was a show on Saturday mornings called The Monster Squad.
Yes.
And did the movie The Monster Squad. I'm like, yes, please do that. And then it was the kid with Corey Haim. I'm like, no, not that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Monster Squad was the Wolfman, Dracula, and Frankenstein in a wax museum that were brought to life by Gopher from the Love Boat before he went on the Love Boat. And they wanted to make up for their past misdeeds. So they were they went around in this ambulance with a British siren on it, taking on other monsters like the real Ghostbusters would do.
Yeah, wasn't that part of wasn't the Monster Squad like part of a 3? Didn't the show have like 3 different cartoons, or am I thinking of something else?
Well, the Monster Squad was live action.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was the wolf was named Bruce, and I remember he showed his license to somebody as an ID. And he's like, Bruce W. Wolf. And what's the W stand for? Where? Right there on your license. No, you idiot. He means he's a werewolf. But cartoon-wise, you might be thinking of Drac Pack.
Yeah, probably. It was. I think so. They kind of look like the morning cereal characters. Not so much, but the drawing.
Yeah. They were made a little cooler because there was Drac Jr., Wolfie Jr., and Frankenstein Jr., and Dracula himself, Big D, was the one who would send them on their cases, but that was animated.
That was probably a little weird too. But man, yeah, sir. So the werewolf as a hero is the direction we're going. That's why he has something. So, since we do have this woman who alters her appearance, let's explain a little bit about why she's here, because we've been talking about John Sovereign, and we don't know anything about Evangelina Rose. Evangelina Rose is going to be the love interest throughout the book. She's a little more of a veteran. You'll find out. She is the cheetah. She's White Lightning. She is born in Mexico. She's in like fictional Vegas right there in a hotel, I guess, just is the setting. It's really just there for the lenticular. But she moonlights as a vigilante, and we'll find out a little bit more about that in the side story.
All right, cool. And we have seen that there are other lycanthropes. Do we take our time meeting them, or is John kind of thrown into them? Does he know all these people?
Some of them, one of them's his best friend. He knows Eva. Nate Hammer, who's Hammer Strike the Bear. That guy's his best friend. He's a little younger than John. In the comic, in this book itself, though, there are 8 pages, 8 files, like character files, that give a little more insight on each character's history. So that way, there didn't have to be so much exposition in the book. So that, like, those pages right there, those give a little introduction to the character, what they're about, and kind of help you understand a little bit more about them, so that when issue 2 hits, you have an idea of their character. I'm rambling, but
Yeah, so am I.
but yeah, but yeah, it's just a little bit more info than you'll get during the main story, so it doesn't slow down the story.
Yeah, the sample pages we got here, we got Chief Talon and Mock. I'm looking at look, Orko grew up from his days on He-Man. But
Yeah.
these look cool.
No, thanks. Those drawings right there, not the profile pic, but the actual full characters. Those are the designs that we worked on with the artist Martin Cacalo, who does a lot of stuff for Zenoscope, IDW. He's done Green Lantern. And when I reached out to him, I was like, "Hey, you want to do some character designs with me?" And I gave him all my old sketches that my cousin did with me, and he would turn in stuff, and I'm like, "No, let's do this." And I think the characters came out great. So whenever I turn something into an artist, like, here, I need a pinup of this guy, I show them the character files so they know what they look like, front, back, whatever, height wise, everything, and we just go off of those.
Okay, well, now if you've got the same thing for John Sovereign, front, back, and side, I can hook you up with the guy who can take that and turn that into a 3D printed action figure.
That's very cool.
Because that's all he ever asks from me. And by the way, he works with Comicscape people to produce their action figures for them. He's doing the Oddity figure for that team. And
really?
he's on video. It's very, very cool and detailed looking.
Sweens? Yeah, that's very cool. I thank you for that.
Yeah, I'll get you hooked up, because he's happy to work with the folks to get that done. So, is there anything we talked about the tiers, and we talked about the artist and a little bit about the story? What have I not thought of to ask that should have been talked about?
Outside of, there's something for everybody. There's high level tiers, there's low level tiers. There are add-ons. So if you do like one book, so like, let's say you like the Preston Acevedo cover, but you would like the print of the Rob Willis, there's an option for you to get that as an add-on. If you want a copy of the book but don't want the other cards, you can add an extra copy of the book, so you can put one in storage or whatever you want to do with it. Maybe you want to color one or recolor one or use one as a dartboard. Either way, you can add extra copies of that. And yeah, we're just going to keep update. I'm going to throw an update on tonight to let everybody know that they're going to receive that. I'm calling it the Versus poster, which is the bear versus the panther. And like I said, the first 30 days, anybody who has backed or does back is going to receive that poster. And the second 30 days, there might be more stuff added, but don't worry. If you backed in the first 30, obviously you will be receiving those things as well.
So this 7 days left here. This is 7 days left of the first 30.
Yes, sir.
You guys have kicked ass.
and it's all because of you guys, man. It's just I don't have a channel. You guys have been the platform for me. I try to do my best, and obviously the artwork speaks for itself. Not knowing anything about the story other than what my bumbling self tells you about it, just having the faith in the art and everything is. I'm so grateful that you guys believe in this project, and believe me, you guys are. This is going to be top notch stuff. We're going to have packaging when I ship you this package. You're going to know who you're getting it from. Your stuff is going to come super. It's going to be high level. We're not going to ship it, in a folder. And
Ziploc bags.
you'll know the brand, and hopefully that will get you to come back and keep coming back.
Yeah, I mean, if you got another 30 days that you're going to do after this, you're going to hit that 20,000 easy, and you'll probably hit that 30.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be grateful to do it. I'm just happy, with anything. Like I said, this book is coming out. The second one's coming out, and it's a slow burn, but hey, it's what I love.
It's crowdfunded comics. We know we're not getting a new book every month. That's just not possible yet. But the dream is maybe someday, right?
Yep.
Start cranking out monthlies once it becomes your full-time job. So everybody in the chat, be sure, if you haven't already, get out to the link in the description. Get out there and back Sovereign Wolf Clan Destiny. While you can, you're going to get some very cool add-ons and perks with this thing. The stretch goals on this are really awesome. The artwork is phenomenal. The story is a unique one. Superhero lycanthropes. And that's all I can say about that. It's not much more needs to be said.
No, once again, man, thank you. Thank everybody in the chat for even putting eyes on it, for the retweets, for the likes, for anything. It all means a lot to me. So,
well, we're glad to have you on the show, Eddie. Appreciate you taking the time to come out and talk with us tonight. We didn't get you to bump up any, but the replays will be out there. Maybe somebody will catch it later.
That is okay. Like I said, just give me the platform to talk about it. I'm more than appreciative of it.
We can do that. Everybody in the chat, tune in tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Central, when we will be talking with Mark Middleton for Grave Robbers. And then Wednesday, we will be chatting with Brandon Flynn for his 2 crowdfunders. I don't know why he's running them 2 at a time, but the man's daring. So we'll be talking about Galden and Zendara. And then Thursday after that, we will have Paul Kupperberg on, talking Supergirl and his new book, JSA, Ragnarok. And, basically every book he wrote for DC and Marvel, because he apparently did them all at one point or another. And then finally, Saturday, it's the time for the LCS Guys show again, and it's going to be our Christmas extravaganza, holiday extravaganza. We're not excluding anybody, and there will be multiple surprise celebrity guests. And if you've watched our past live streams, you might have an idea of who some of them are, but I guarantee you don't know who all of them are. So we look forward to having you guys show up for that. Eddie, thanks again for coming on. People, yes, like Gerardo just says, buy the book for the Emperor.
For the Emperor.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and play the outro and get things signed off here. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Two types of people in the world. Those who are content to blend in. These people walk through life like beige socks, uninspired and bored. And there are those who expect more, exciting. They have pizzazz. Eventually, the beige sock people get lost, or devoured by ones who stand out. Do you want to be devoured? Richard. No. What was right?